Hello, good afternoon. I hope you are well. I hope your week has started really, really well. Uh, Today has my day's been great. I've It's my mum's 82nd birthday today. So if you're watching mum, I know she sometimes watches my videos. Hello. We had a lovely lunch with her outside today. My lovely missus cooked lunch, and we took it to my mum so that she didn't have to cook on her own birthday. Normally we would be out at a restaurant, but we can get together, but we can't go out to a restaurant or pub. Uh, so we took the meal to her. So that was really kind of my missus. So today we are. Why am I telling you about that? I don't know. We've got to R in our A to Z of happiness and resilience. And so this is about making your child more resilient. It's about resilience. Perhaps it's not quite about making your child more resilient, because you see, most people have got a different view about resilience to my view on resilience. So, what do I mean by resilient? Um, I've got two meanings, I think. I'm going to start with one, move on to the other. Resilience is the ability to bounce back. Here is a little rubber ball that I use as a prop, because some of you are more visual, and you appreciate seeing something that bounces back, seeing something rather than me just talking at you. Okay. Resilience, the ability to bounce back. What's that got to do with kids? Well, first off, I don't think it's actually a skill. I think it's something that we're all born with. Why do I think that? I'm being I'm being a bit patronising today. I hope not. I'm just trying to be pretty clear about what I mean, and I guess sometimes does that come across as patronising? I hope not. Enough of the fluff. Let me get straight to the point. You and your child and me and every single one of us learnt to walk by falling over, getting up, and going again. That's how we learn to walk. We learn to walk by climbing up, pushing up, climbing up on a side of a bed or a sofa, or taking some steps, falling over, getting up, going again. Now, that is bouncing back. And we did that naturally. We did not need a speaker or trainer, coach, or however you call me. I call myself a children's happiness expert, but hey, what you see me as, a teacher, whoever. You didn't need anybody at all to teach you how to do that. You didn't need to go on a course to learn how to walk. You took a few faulty steps. You bounced back and you kept going because there was somewhere that you wanted to get to. And it seemed like a good idea. Everybody else was around you was walking. So you thought, I want to be with I want to be one of those walking people. And off we go. Hello, Tasneem. Hi, Tasneem. You wanted to be one of those walking people. You wanted to be a grown up, and you wanted to get to the side of the room. Maybe there was some jelly and ice cream at the other side of the room. I don't know, but you wanted to get up. It seemed like a good idea. And so bouncing back is that. It's falling over and getting back up again and going again. So you did it naturally. Most people think resilience is like a muscle. It's got to be trained. Yeah. So you train like a muscle. So you go to the gym, or you go to your home gym because you can't go to the gym at the moment because obviously they're shut, and you build up a muscle. Now that isn't natural. The muscle's there, but it has to be developed and worked on, and you come out to the one of these bodybuilders or whatever, But that's a muscle. That's something that has to be worked at. Resilience isn't like that because you did it. That's how you learn to walk. So it's bouncing back from setbacks, dusting yourself off and not trying again. However, what happens? Have you seen a child do this? Seen this a few times. The child falls over. Child hits the deck, and there's no tantrum started. There's no tears have started as yet. Child looks around, and then they see the adult's concern about the fact that they've fallen over and they might have hurt themselves. And then when they see that concern, they get concerned and the tears start. So that fear of what might have happened when we've fallen over, we pick that up. We pick that up from the world around us. And that kind of, it starts to eat away at the resilience that we had naturally. See, we weren't bothered about the fact that we've fallen over. It was somebody around us that was worried about what might happen, what might have happened. Now we've fallen over and landed on our bums. Okay, so that's what I mean by resilience. The first thing I mean by resilience, it's a natural thing in a muscle. Second thing about resilience, I think about resilience as bouncing back, rising higher than bullying. So some people take bullying more personally than others. What's the difference? Well, it's like a resilience scale. So it's a scale from low to high, and the more resilient you are, the less what other people say bothers you. So my work is all about getting you and your kids higher up that scale. What does that mean? So what, Simon? What does that mean? Well, the thing that always comes back to my mind on this is an event that happened 6.5 years ago now, when a little girl called Alex told me that she was in a class of 30 kids, and at the end of that session, workshop, 40-minute workshop, 2 minutes about bullying, talking about my story, being bullied, being a bit vulnerable with the kids, and what Alex told me was, she told me how what she'd learned that afternoon meant that she could go back to dance class. So she had been empowered. Her resilience had gone from there to there, and that hike in her resilience had led her to a new decision that she could go back to dance class, where she'd stopped going because she was being bullied. Get this, for being too good at dancing. She's being bullied for being too good at dancing. Not like I got bullied for scout camp for being a rubbish scout and not being very practical stuff. She got bullied for being too good. The other girls were jealous of her. She stopped going. She didn't tell her mum. She didn't tell the dance teacher. Didn't tell anybody. Didn't tell her best friend. No, she just stopped going down dance class because she'd been bullied. She'd had a leap in her resilience. What would that be like? What would that be like if every child in the world had that leap in resilience, so that bullies, they could rise above, bounce above bullying, and bullying just didn't upset them anymore. Wow. That's why I keep doing what I do. Because resilience, we all need it. And the earlier we can kind of uncover it or discover it or realize how resilient we are, the better, the less stuff can knock us off course. I hope that's helped. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.